in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to recreate this Barbie pre and post-op Barbie, as in before she went into plastic surgery, and post as in after she went through plastic surgery. So I'm going to try my hardest to go through the glam portion of this pretty quickly because it's honestly pretty simple. I'm just starting off with priming my skin with the Benefit Porefessional and applying a full coverage foundation, which is my MAC Studio Fluid Foundation in the lightest shade, NW15 I think, might be NC, I'm not 100%. I'm just applying this with a beauty blender and blending it all out, and I did a few layers of this to get complete plastic Barbie skin. Then I'm taking my MAC Prolong Wear Concealer, and I am going to take a little bit of this, but at first I'm just filling in my eyebrows with, I believe, a MAC brow pencil, but I could be wrong. I'm just trying out this product, which I've actually used before. I just never used in a video in a while, but I'm using the e.l.f. brow kit in the lightest shade, which is light, and I'm just using the brow powder in that to fill in like set my brows, I guess. Then I'm just gonna go back with that MAC concealer, and I'm just gonna carve out my brows. And I'm sorry about the background noise, it is the dishwasher. But yeah, I'm just gonna blend that in with my beauty blender, and then I'm just gonna use this concealer to prime my lids. Then I'm just going to use that concealer on any blemishes and spots and anything that looks anything less than plastic. Then I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Concealer in, I believe, the lightest shade. I'm not sure what it's exactly called, but you know. I'm just going to apply this to highlight my entire face, under my eyes, bridge of my nose, center of my forehead, cupid's bow, and center of my chin. Then I'm using the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Translucent Powder on my beauty blender. This one's actually not dampened, but whatever. And I'm just going to use this to bake everywhere we put that Makeup Forever concealer. Then I'm just going to use a powder brush with that same powder, and I'm just going to set everything else. This is unnecessary, but this is a Real Techniques powder brush, just so you know. But yeah, then I'm just going to use my Kat Von D Shade and Light contouring palette, which I don't use a lot because it is for when you want a completely sharp, fierce contour, which is what we're going today because we're Barbie. And I'm just going to use a fluffy brush to blend that out, and I just applied the lightest shade with the Benefit Hoola brush, like the brush that you get with the Hoola bronzer. So yeah, I'm just going to use that to apply it, and then I'm blending it out with this big fluffy angle brush. I'm just going to chisel out my jaw and my corner of my forehead and the sides of my nose. And then I'm just going to, knock off all that baking powder. And yeah, then I'm just going to take this banana-y yellowy shade in the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette with my Real Techniques powder brush. And I'm just going to use that under my eyes to brighten and highlight that. Then I'm just going to use the Real Techniques stippling brush with this Wet n Wild blush, I believe in pearlescent pink. And I'm just going to use this and blush the apples on my cheeks. Then I'm going to be using the Real Techniques setting brush with my MAC Soft and Gentle highlighter and some MAC Fix Plus. And I'm just going to apply the highlighter on my brush and then spray it with one spray of Fix Plus and apply it to my cheekbones. And then I'm just going to take just the powder highlighter on my nose, my cupid's bow. And yeah, then I'm just going to, I forgot to contour my nose, so I'm doing that right now with the Benefit Hoola bronzer and the brush it comes with. And then I'm just taking this Ego Tools full eyeshadow brush, and I'm just going to use this to more definingly do my nose. And I did the little circle thingy on the tip of my nose to make it look like I have a cute little button nose. Then I'm going to use this e.l.f. Shadow and Wisteria with my Cala 415 blending brush, or it's actually called like the crease brush, but I use it for blending. And this is going to be kind of like our transition shade. And yes, I have tape on the corners of my eyes. Then I'm just going to use this Lancome brush. It's like a fluffy angled brush with this purple shadow that it doesn't have a name. It's just from a random brand. Honestly, take whatever pretty darkish purple shadow you have and use that, and then just blend. And I'm just putting that into the crease and then blending. Then I'm just going to take this Clinique angled fluffy brush, which is slightly thinner, so it's not as fluffy. It's more of like a thinner brush. And I'm just going to use this with the Urban Decay Shadow in Woodstock. It's a pretty, really, really pretty pigmented pink shadow, and I'm just putting this right into the crease. And I'm kind of doing a cut crease look for this, but yeah. Then just a little bit of blending. Then I'm just taking my NYX Jumbo Pencil in Milk on this e.l.f. shadow brush. I think that's what it is. And I'm just going to apply the Milk pencil all over my lid, creating that cut crease. Then I'm going to be using a matte white shadow with that same brush. I'm just using the other side because it is a flat brush, so it kind of has two sides. And you can see it already started to slightly transfer, which is why you want to set it pretty immediately. And I'm just going to pack a pure white shadow on top of that. Then I am going to use this Lancome like angled flat brush, and I'm just going to use that and spray it with some Fix Plus and apply Fix Plus to my lid to kind of create a sticky base. I don't have an actual like a glitter glue, but this is good enough. And I'm just going to pack on this pink glitter, which I wanted to use a silver or a white glitter, but I actually didn't have any, so this is the closest thing that would kind of work, which it looked okay, but it kind of defeated the cut crease look. But you know, I'm just taking this Wet n Wild liner, which I really love. It's a new liner I got recently. It's a felt tip liner, and it's really good. And I'm just going to create a nice Barbie wing and peel off that tape because it's going to, you know, reveal our final masterpiece. Then I'm just going to use a little bit of tape around my finger and pressing that around my under eyes, and this will get rid of the fallout glitter. Because it is a glitter, not a shadow, it won't really stick to your skin. It'll just come off with the tape. Then I'm using the Too Faced Better Than mascara, and this mascara is my favorite mascara ever. And I believe I'm applying falsies right now. I'm not sure exactly what falsies I'm using. I'm sorry, just a random pair of falsies, you know. I think they're one of my Amazon falsies that you guys hear me say and talk about in every one of my videos, but I could be wrong. And then I'm just going to waterline with the Sephora liner in pure white, and then I'm going to tightline with the Sephora black liner. This is just going to make our falsies look thicker, and you know, you're not going to be able to see any skin between the falsies and our like eyelids. Then I just took that Too Faced mascara on my lower lash line my lower lashes as well. Then I'm just going to start smoking out my lower lash line with the purples and pinks we used in our crease. So, you know, pretty simple. Also just pretty much using the same brushes we used on our eyelids. Just going to use those again. Then I'm going to take my Urban Decay Naked Original palette with the color Sin. It's a really pretty shimmery, really shimmery, like really glittery kind of color, and it has a little bit of a pink tone into it, so it goes perfect with the pink eyes. And I'm just going to take that with the flat brush the Naked palettes come with. Then I'm going to take Virgin and put that on my brow bone, and these are going to be the highlighting shadows that I use. And yeah, then I'm just going to be taking the perfect Barbie lips ever. I'm using this, what is this? I think it's LA Colors. Yeah, lip liner. It's just a bright pink kind of lip liner. It doesn't actually have like a color name. I don't even know if they sell this anymore, but it was just a pretty good pink lip liner that went with this, but you know, use whatever you'd like. Then I'm going to use the Wet n Wild matte lipstick in Dollhouse Pink and the Revlon Colorburst lip gloss in Adorned, and these together create the perfect Barbie pink lip, and it's just so pretty. Now on to pre-op Barbie. I'm just going to be using that Wet n Wild felt tip liner again and start drawing little lines everywhere and arrows and whatever you would like to do to mark out for your plastic surgery. You can do this however you would like, or you could follow a reference photo. I Googled images of plastic surgery lines, and I got a few inspirations from that, but mostly, like you guys know, this is inspired by GLAM and Gore, so I used a lot of the lines that she used, but I tried to do a little bit different stuff, but I mean, there's not that much difference you could do, but you know, I did the forehead lift, I did the eye lift, the nose plastic surgery on rhino surgery or rhinoplasty, I think that's what it's called, could be wrong. You know, some chin implants. We want some lifted cheekbones, so I'm going to do that here soon. And make sure you want everything going up and out because we want our face to look lifted, except for the nose. You want that to go in because we want our nose to be smaller. yeah, doing those cheekbone implants. Make sure you draw an arrow going upwards if you haven't. Maybe some neck liposuction if that's a thing. Draw those arrows to make your nose go inwards because we definitely don't want that to be bigger. Now on to Gore Barbie. I'm just going to start off with taking some black grease paints and a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to take my fingers and a fluffy brush and blending out and just drawing all these pretty arrows that we drew. After, of course, doing a photo shoot with my pre-op Barbie. But you know what? After that, it's time to dirty up. Dirty up everything except for the eye makeup. Definitely not the eye makeup. The eye makeup must stay perfect. Then I'm just going to take some red grease paints on a pulled apart sponge, and I'm just going to start creating irritation and bruising. Pretty easy, honestly. I wasn't extremely happy with the way that my bruising came up, but you know what? It still looked pretty cool, Oh yeah, I also drew lines around my lips and arrows because we want the lip injections. I'm kind of late on saying that, but Then I'm just going to take some purple grease paints, and I'm just going to use this pretty much wherever we put arrows and the red. It's honestly not that hard. I mean, I don't have much to say other than just apply the paints everywhere. Then I'm also going to take a kabuki really, really thick brush, a dense brush, and I'm just going to start applying this with no makeup or anything on it. I'm just going to start blending out those the colors and the lines, and just doing more stuff to make them blend together. Then I'm just going to keep continuing with bruising, and I believe I'm taking red, or maybe I'm taking purple. I don't know. I'm really bad at this. I'm sorry, guys. This is just not my best video. But, the end product looked pretty cool. Oh, yeah, I was taking the same felt tip liner, and I was creating some stitches, which I didn't take too much time on stitches. I just didn't have any thread or anything to do stitches with, so I decided to do it with the felt tip liner, which it didn't look amazing, but it's okay. I just melted some gelatin and water. I did 1 pack of gelatin to a 4th cup of water, or maybe it was an 1/8 cup. No, I'm pretty sure if it's a 4th cup of water, and I'm just going to take the gelatin and I just put it in the microwave until it turned almost clear at about 20-second intervals. And I just built up some lips, after our lips are going to look quite swollen. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And honestly, take your time with that. It took me about 30 minutes to do only the lips. I know, it kind of took forever, but it looked pretty cool. Then I'm just taking a random flat brush, and I'm just going to apply some blood wherever we would have had incisions, which is pretty much around the arrows and stuff. Also, you can put some random swatches of blood. Don't do too many. Don't want to go too overkill with the blood, but it looks cool if you can just do it the right amount. Then make sure you take some of the sponge, a sponge of some type, and you want to blend it out. It'll make the blood look kind of older, and it just looks really cool. And then I just applied the lip gloss, and that's it. Inspired by GLAM and Gore. I love her so much. Her channel is amazing. So check out her channel. I'll leave the link to her version of this because she was the original person who came up with this idea and did this. So this is a recreation of what she did. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. This took about 2 hours if you were wondering. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Like this video with a thumbs up if you did. Comment down below what you guys think. And subscribe to become a beauty and be a part of our beautiful world. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next video. Bye.